Hi, my name is Krista. I'm from San Jose, born and raised. I kind of grew up in a Christian household, and I did all the right things. I went to group, attended church every Sunday, but as a teenager, I kind of fell apart, like fell out of that. It just wasn't my thing back then. But like during college, I really was wanting to know, okay, what is this faith? Like, what is it to me, and how can I make it real for me? And since then, it's been kind of an eye-opening journey about what is my purpose in life. In my whole life, I've always struggled with pride, but lately it hasn't been as bad because of what I went through in college. So when I was in college, that was like the peak of my anxiety and depression because all of my worth was in what I did. And it was all about what kind of job was I gonna have after school, and am I gonna have a better job than my peers? I'm smarter than them. I should have the big tech job. So that was where all of my anxiety came from. It was my senior year in college, and I just was having such an identity crisis. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't do anything because I was so focused on what kind of job would I have after school. And during my senior year, I get this email from a friend. And she says, "Hey, Chris, I have a job for you. Just fill out this form. We're gonna do a background check, and after that, like, you can just start." She didn't even say like she had to interview me or anything. Didn't tell me how much it was. And I was like, "Okay, cool. Thank you." I saw the company and was like, "Okay, this is not like the big, lucrative, like tech company that I was hoping for." So I thought, okay, I'll just submit this application and just see where it goes. Then a couple weeks pass and they say, "There's something wrong with your background check. For whatever reason, it's just not working out. So just, I don't know, either it ends here or not. We'll figure it out." And I was like, "Okay, cool, that's great," because I didn't want to work here anyway. I need this big tech job. So I set up for all these interviews and I did all the right things. I prayed, I studied, and I did all of this stuff. And I even said before every interview, I prayed so hard, like, God, give me the words to say. And every single interview, just horrible, completely bombed. Where I struggled with pride is that, like, I did all of this work. I have proved myself. And it sounds so dumb, but I was so prideful in that I thought I could be better than God. Like, "God, you didn't hold up your end of the bargain. Why didn't you come through for me?" And it got to this point where it's like, you know what? I'm just kind of tired of doing things on my own. And I said, "God, like, these interviews are not working out for me, even though I know I'm doing great, I'm doing my part. They're just not working out." And I said, "God, like, I'll be humble. Whatever it is that you have for me, I'm gonna accept, and I'm just gonna try to take it easy, and whatever it is, it's on you. Like, just let me know." And I kid you not, within the hour, I say less than 30 minutes, an email comes to me from my friend saying, "Hey, your background just cleared. You start on Monday." And so I started on Monday, and it's been an amazing place to work. Even though it's not like a big fancy tech company, I have found a lot of personal and professional growth there. So I just think if I had just been patient, and if I had been humble, and not think that I could do better than God, then I wouldn't have had to struggle. I wouldn't have had to lose all that sleep for no reason. I think since acknowledging that I have pride and deciding, okay, God, like, intervene, do something, I think it's like unexplainable. There's no one thing I can point to that is like, this was the turning point, When I started to give up a little control, be a little bit more humble about not knowing everything, I began to sleep better. I could physically breathe better. I didn't have decision fatigue, and I didn't always feel so numb. So I feel like I can enjoy more of life to its fullest. I think before my purpose was very much like ingrained in what I did, like for a living, what I did for a job, and even to the point of like what I did to serve. And I realized, and I am realizing now, that my purpose is not in what I do, it's just in who my God is. And that defines who I am, not necessarily anything else that I do.